Hey guys, just wanna do a quick review of my Stekon 14 guns cabinet. Um, this is just a bigger version, bigger and wider version of the 10 guns cabinet, and the cabinet actually came with some shelves. I mean, it came with a shelf like this. This is actually a plastic shelf. Yeah, I mean, like 10 guns cabinet, for example, has like a metal shelf. This one is plastic, but you know, it doesn't matter. Still small shelf, you know. If you can see how small it is, you know, it's not really, you know, good anyway. But and also it has this plastic barrel rest. I mean, it's way better than whatever they ship with a 10 gun cabinet, but still, I mean, they're pretty small. You can see it's kind of small. Well, at least they're plastic, you know, so it's gonna be more secure. They also have this little extension, you know, so which you can just bolt it in here, and you're gonna have your like longer rifle with like a scope or something, you know. So the barrel rest is way better, you know, on this cabinet than let's say on a 10 guns cabinet, but the shelf is still pretty small. And basically, I mean, the idea why the shelf is so small is that, you know, you can have some rifles along that side, and then, you know, rifles along this side, and another rifles along this side. So basically, if you have a very long rifles, you can actually stick them on this side here, and this shelf is not gonna get in the way. However, this particular shelf, yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah, I tried to install it. Yeah, and one of these holes here is actually for the shelf. I think this one, yeah. So you can see that the shelf is not really sits all the way down to that side. Is actually somewhere in the middle. So I guess you can really have like a long guns on every side, basically. Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, that's what they did. I think that's the hole for shelf here, and another hole. Yeah, it's a nice hole here for the shelf. So shelf's gonna be like that. So you have like a little bit of extra space here for guns along that side. So the thing which I mean, originally I wanted to use it for guns, but then eventually I actually converted into shelf system for ammunition storage, and I want to just show what I did then. So basically I have these shelves here, and how I mount them, I just basically installed these wooden beams here, and as you can see, they're not like super thick or something, but they're just normal like piece of wood, you know. They go all the way down, and they bolted from this side, you know, with basically one screw here, one screw in the bottom, you know, and these holes here I just kind of misaligned it a little bit, so I had to make extra holes. Yeah, and basically I just drilled these holes here like every 1.5 inch, and you know, they go all the way down, all the way up, and they're not actually coming through the entire beam, you know. I didn't want to, like, you know, create extra space, extra hole, you know, to jeopardize this integrity of this wood, you know. So it goes like a little bit, like maybe like 1/2 inch inside. And then I used one of those like here metal bookshelf pegs, basically. You can find it in any store. Just install it, and then I just used this piece of particle board to create the shelves. Originally I wanted to use a thicker board, like 3/4 inch board, because, you know, I figured, you know, it's gonna be so much weight, so I need a thicker board. But the problem is that I couldn't really find like a, not the longest one, because they actually sell by the length, but, you know, I couldn't find the thick board, you know, not the thick, but like a bigger board, basically. So you can see the cabinet is really wide here, so all the 3/4 inch boards which I could find were actually smaller. So the only thing, like the only biggest one I could find was this particular board, and this one is only 5/8 of the inch, so it's smaller, it's a thinner board, and I was worried, you know, that it's not gonna handle all the weight. But if you think about it, in fact, the distance, like the length of this cabinet is not that big, so the distance between these 2 points where the shelf is connected is not that far apart. So the amount of weight, the amount of force this ammunition or the boxes produce are not enough really to crash this board, because it's like how, you know, short of the distance between the 2 points, between the connection points really. So I mean, the 5/8 of the inch board is just fine here, just handle all the weight perfectly fine, no problem. And these beams here, I mean, they are, you know, since they're bolted and they're straight, all the weight from all these shelves is distributed down. So I mean, nothing's gonna really crack this like seemingly small beam. You know, if you might think, oh, it's very small, but I mean, it's steady enough, and since the weight distributed down, nothing's gonna happen with it. It's gonna be perfectly fine to handle all the weight of all the shelf. As you can see, it does it just fine. My cabinet actually came with basically no scratches. There was one scratch somewhere here, a little bit here, and that was it. You know, there wasn't any bends or dents or something like that, or anything was broken, or everything was fine except that little scratch in there. Originally I wanted to use this cabinet for gun storage, but I just didn't really have time to like to adjust it, because I need to like glue carpet material, install the lighting and stuff like that. Since I already done it on my 10 guns cabinet, I just didn't really have time to do it, to repeat the process on this one. So I just wanted to convert it into some kind of storage for ammunition and some accessories like magazines and stuff. Yeah, it just eventually I got it all filled with ammo, so I don't really have much space left for anything else in there. And if you think about like ammo storage, this cabinet is really awesome for that, you know, really, because it's really good. It's better than a 10 guns cabinet. If you think about, you know, 10 gun cabinet is smaller and it's cheaper, but this one is better for ammunition storage because of the door. Basically, the door is bigger on this cabinet than on like 10 guns cabinet, which creates this like big opening. And what it does, it allows you to actually place like boxes of ammunition without any problem. For example, here, this can of 7.62 by 54R, I mean, as you can see how big the can is, and this cabinet is bigger than a 10 guns cabinet. So this can here is not gonna fit inside the 10 guns cabinet. I mean, you can fit it probably, but you have to like jiggle inside, you know, kind of, you know, probably stick it like that and rotate it, you know. You're gonna lose a lot of space inside smaller cabinet. With this, with all this like this big opening here, you can, you know, store your ammunition inside the original boxes, original, you know, cases. I mean, if you're gonna store it in like boxes like this, it doesn't matter, you know. But if you want to store it in like original containers, you know, like this and this, you know, you need the bigger doors. And this 14 guns cabinet is actually working really good for that. So there you go. I mean, so there you have it. I mean, my 14 guns cabinet and some modification I did to it. So